Good morning. I'm out here this morning on a beautiful sunny Saturday morning in the second half of October, and I'm out here with the turkeys, and I always like to keep a few turkeys for our own use and a few presents as well. So we have them out here, and we have them in this thing. The Americans call it a chicken tractor. It's one I copied off the internet, and I just move it along each day. I have ropes onto the front of it here, and I attach the Jeep to it and slide it along. Now some people have small wheels on it and can pull it along themselves, so I just use the Jeep. I come out with the meal and water and move them along. So this morning I said I'd just stick on a quick video of these turkeys, and it's part of maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned in my thinking, and now maybe being semi-retired. Well, I'm at it for the last 5 or 6 years, but it was something I was planning to do when I was semi-retired from farming. We used to always have turkeys in my mother's day, and even in early years after we get married, we have turkeys and chickens. And now we're back to having turkeys, chickens, with hens. With the chickens are meat birds, and we have hens as well, and we have pigs as well. So we have 2 pigs on Monday going for to be processed, and we'd have nice hams, our own hams for Christmas, and we'd have our own turkeys and that. And it's really nice feeling to be able to produce your own food, and it's much better for the environment. You're not going in buying stuff in the supermarkets and all the packaging and all the processing that goes on there, and God knows what part of the world they're shipped into. So I think we need to go back to a little bit more producing some food for ourselves, even if it's only a few lettuces or even herbs and that in window boxes. I think anybody can produce some food. And even if anybody that would have a bit of room, even a few chickens or a few hens and eggs. And it's really enjoyable. On Friday morning, Keelan, our granddaughter, comes down and feeds the hens, collects the eggs, and she loves having an egg for her breakfast then. So it's a really good feed. It's a great way of educating children the way food is produced, and that's been produced in an environmentally sustainable way. And the animals is well looked after, and the birds are well looked after. And when they're going to be processed, they're done in a humane way. And we need to be getting that message out there a lot more. I think farmers has failed to do that in the past. That we're not showing we let our young people grow up without knowing where their food is coming from. The food does not come from supermarkets. It ends up in the supermarket. So there's our cows in the background, and I think it's an absolute beautiful setting out here this morning, and I'm probably so blessed to have this beautiful blue sky and this beautiful countryside around me here, and be able to have my health and to come out and look after the few turkeys and chickens and all hens and pigs and all the rest, and now go back in for a nice relaxing breakfast. And I'll be putting more of the chickens into the deep freeze after breakfast. So I just said I'd shoot on to let you know where we are with the turkeys for Christmas, and we'll probably just tell you more. We bought them when they were 6 weeks old off a woman over in County Louth. I buy them there every year, and I kept them in for a couple of days, and then I let them out here. So they're going to stay here as long as the weather, I have to close this down because they'll fly out, as long as the weather is reasonably good. Once the ground conditions is not too wet, and we'll probably for the last 4 or 3 weeks, well certainly we will bring them in and put them in the shed where either the pigs or the chickens were, and leave them there until they are ready for processing. So look, that's where we are today. That's my story about my turkeys. There's 10 of them there, and a couple of them goes for friends, and a couple of them goes for The one that goes to the local school for a raffle, and Vincent de Paul and that, and then we put a few of them into the deep freeze for ourselves, and we probably halve them and quarter them, and we have nice turkey during the year, nice roast, maybe a breast of turkey during the year, which is absolutely beautiful on a Sunday or any day, you know, especially if we're family down. It's very, very nice to have maybe even a half a turkey or whatever, because a lot of people are scared with the size of a big turkey, but they don't, you know, you don't have to cook a big turkey all at once. We can do probably one at Christmas, and then the rest of the time we will put them into fillet them or breast them, and even the legs are absolutely beautiful during the week to put them in the slow cooker, and a couple of turkey legs, do them in the slow cooker there with some vegetables and gravy, and they're absolutely to die for. So listen, all this talk about food is making me hungry. I'm going to go in and have my breakfast. Eamon here again, thanking everybody so much for your comments, for everybody to subscribe, and please continue to subscribe. Please continue to pass the word around, because I think it's important that this message from a moderately sized farm, that you can make a living from a small to medium sized farm, and it is a very, very good quality of life. So I'd like to spread that word around, and I'd like more people to, even younger people, to realise that you don't need hundreds of acres, several big tractors and millions of euros to start farming. There's ways around starting farming, and maybe we might be able to discuss that in further videos for younger people if they're interested in starting farming, if you have the will and the ambition to do it, whether you come from a farm or whether you're not. Some of the best farmers that I knew of wasn't brought up on a farm and became very successful farmers, because they came into it with no preconceived ideas and probably no history, and they were able to take on modern new thinking and go with it. So look, at farming is for everybody. So look, at but it's important. The message of this is not so much about farming. It is about farming, but the message is to realise where your food comes from and let the younger generation know. Eamon here from Ashdown Farm, again thanking you all and signing off.